Hello, I'm Dr. Tony. I want to thank you for visiting my channel, and please hit the subscribe button and the bell and send this video to anyone who might be interested in this type of information about changing. So today I'm going to talk about a patient, and he came in and he said, I can't change because of my past. If one thing frustrates me is when someone says they can't change because of their past. Because I don't care what your past was like. Your past is something that you experienced. But here's the key. You choose to follow that past. You choose to have that past define who you are. It's because your past is being based on your belief system. Your past is who you think you are, but it's not who you think you are. Your past is something that happened to you. You cannot change the past, but you can certainly change the way you observe it or the way you understand it. Remember, you are a subconscious being. From birth to 7 years old, you are nothing but a sponge absorbing everything around you. No analytic mind. What does that mean? Well, you are going to become, or your belief system is going to be based on who judges you. If your father calls you an idiot, your mother says something stupid to you, that's your subconscious. You become what you think about. You become who you were told you are, not who you could be. Nothing is missing in your life. It's only misplaced in your soul. Remember, there's a saying, if you sleep with dogs, you get fleas. Now here's the great thing about the dichotomy of life. If you think you're a loser, then why not change it and think you're a winner? Because it's based on your previous belief system. It's based on what you believe your truth is. And that's not your truth. Your subconscious is running you. You're only one thought away from change. Only one thought away. But here's the situation about your subconscious and about your belief system. You need to be aware. Awareness is the first sign of healing. When I do nutrition with patients, we always talk about being aware of being sick in other methods, energetically. So your subconscious is running you. It's your subconscious. You cannot change what happened to you, but you can change the way you feel about it. Your subconscious could be someone that's always angry, that always feel guilty because growing up your mother made you feel guilty. Or it's someone that's always angry, or someone that associates hitting someone with love. That's your subconscious. That's what your subconscious believes. Your subconscious is running you. You want to know why? The subconscious can do 400 million bits per second, where your conscious mind can only do 40 bits per second. So who's running you? Is it the subconscious mind? Of course it is. Remember this too. Your dreams is your conscious mind. What you dream about is your conscious mind. Your subconscious is your reality. And let's talk about reality real quick. What is your reality right now? You're on a piece of flat land, sitting in a room. But that's not reality. Reality is you are on a round planet called Earth, spinning thousands of miles in space. So even reality could fool you. So all the experts always say, well, leave your past behind. Well, how the hell can you leave your past behind when you may not be aware of it on the conscious mind? Aware of it, or what the subconscious, what that reality, what that past means to you at 5 years old, 6 years old. You have to become aware of your situations. It's hard to become aware of the subconscious. That's why it's called the subconscious. Because also patients I just had a patient the other day saying to me, why do I attract bad things into my life? You don't attract bad things into your life. You create things in your life. There's nothing bad that you attract. Of course, bad things may happen. Get hit by a car, but maybe in some way you did attract that. I don't know. I always say to a patient too, when you leave my office or when you go to the store, you ever feel, well, you can make a left or a right? I'll make a left today. Maybe making a left means you get in a car accident, making a right, you find $1 million. I don't know. But what directs you? That's something we don't know about. That's your life journey. But here's what's so great about your life journey. I don't care where you've been or who you are, you can change that. You can change it by your next thoughts. I remember when I used to take my children years ago when they were children to New York, I remember one time my daughter said to me she saw a bum, and she said she felt sorry for the bum. And I said to her, well, in one way, he may choose to be there. And look at the good things. He doesn't have to worry about paying rent, doesn't have to worry about, about food. Someone gives him food, doesn't have to be any place. He's free. But in one way, he may choose to be there. So you always pick your conditions. But here's the problem with picking your conditions. Let's take a jet, an autopilot. When a jet's flying, the pilot can put it on autopilot. What does that jet do? It flies automatically. It flies all by itself. But what's the difference between that jet autopilot and you? Well, the jet autopilot program is programmed to do the right things. You may not always be programmed to do the right things. So when you go on autopilot, your subconscious taking over, you may have guilt. So you may feel guilty. Your autopilot may run on guilt. Your autopilot may run on being lazy. Again, that's 0 birth to 7 years old. So here it is. Why then does your autopilot run like that? Well, Einstein once said that the definition of an idiot is a person who does the same thing and expects different results. I kind of think a little bit different. I think the definition of an idiot is a person who knows he's an idiot and chooses not to change. Because you can change no matter where you are in life, no matter what you did in life, no matter what's going on in your life. Because remember, according to Bruce Lipton in Biology of Belief, I believe he said only 5% of all diseases is created by DNA. So that means a lot of what we think is wrong with us is not necessarily a DNA-related problem. But here it is. You need to know where you want to go, because where you've been is done with. So you need to know, where do you want to go? And that's what's important about this, is with the Big Four process, it's a way to connect to your subconscious. Let me give you an example. Say someone wants to use the cards, and they write on a piece of paper, why am I lonely? So again, remember we talk about the Big Four process, you are a 4-part being. You are a spiritual being, that is the highest form of energy. It's intangible. You can't feel a thought, smell a thought, or touch a thought. That thought creates a mental image. The mental image produces an emotion, and emotion produces physical change. So thinking of a lemon makes your mouth a little watery, changes the physiology of your body, and then therefore alters the body. So this happens in the physical body and also in the emotional body, in spiritual and physical. Because when you combine these four, blend these four together, paradigm shift, alter matter, and even spontaneous healing. So you write on a piece of paper, why am I lonely? You fold it up and you put it in your pocket. Now, this is what happens then. So what we're going to do is this. Say you do that. So the first thing you're going to do is pull out a mental card, one of the 7s. In this case, we pull out this card. Then we're going to pull out an emotional, one of the 10. In this case, we pull out this card. Then we're going to pull out, where is it blocked? What point? Pull out a block card. And then we pull out a location card, specific point, pull out a yellow card. So you ask yourself the question, why am I lonely? So your subconscious picks out the cards, as explained with the sacred geometry. So here's what happens. So in this case, the subconscious is picking out the mental that I am. That's your mental aspect of it. The emotional aspect of it is, anger and hate, acceptance. So that's your emotional. Now your blocked energy point is stomach, and the location is red, so it'd be right about here. So we have the mental is I am, the emotional is acceptance, anger, and hatred, and the physical is stomach point, specific organ point right here. So here's your 3 parts of the Big Four. So how do you help yourself change your subconscious? Well, now we're going to combine it all together using the spiritual aspect, because that's the Big Four process. So the spiritual aspect is simply this. So this patient, this person, if you did that, you would say, geez, I am lonely because I must hate myself in some way. Because that's what, you want to turn hate to acceptance. So you think back, growing up, 7 years old, where do you find hate in yourself? Where were you told about hate? So now what you do subconsciously, you're going to connect the four. So basically you will have the patient, you meditate, you'd sit back and you would say to yourself, I am accepting who I am. I love myself. I am accepting who I am. And you would say to yourself, I see many friends around me. I am accepting who I am. Remember, you can be lonely. You can be in a room with 100 people and still feel lonely. It's not about the people around you. It's the way you feel about yourself. So if you say to yourself, if you know now, at least you know that you're angry and you have hate in you, and who knows what for, that would be other questions and stuff, excuse me. But then again, so you would sit back, you would find, you'd be talking to yourself in meditation, you'd be saying to yourself, I am accepting myself, I release and surrender all the anger and hate within me, I release it to the universe down, have the energy, the negative energy drain from this point. You have white light coming in, having drained from this point. So simultaneously, you are doing the spiritual part in the form of a meditation. You're meditating on the mental, on the emotional, and on the physical. So when a patient does this, and when they sit there and meditate, and they can see themselves, accepting themselves, releasing the anger, releasing the hate that was brought into them when they were growing up because of no analytic mind from birth to 7 years old, that's when you create a change in your life. So again, when you purchase the Big Four process, I will work with you on a Zoom going through to teach you more. In my book coming out, the book is on basically how to use these. The last chapter is on breaking down what each card means and how you change it and how it works with you. So again, the Big Four process, like I'm saying, this is new. My goal is to change the world. That's my goal, because I want people to do this. And I've seen it after my 20 years, 45 years of doing this. I've seen what it can do. And is it easy? Of course not. If it was easy, there'd be no sick people around. We'd all be great. Peeling back that onion. Does it take time? Yes. But again, don't ever think someone's fault where you are. It's your fault, because you have to choose. Now, there's nothing wrong being where you are. But if you are where you are, at least be happy with it. The problem is when you're someplace in your life and you're not happy about it and you complain about it. You can be happy doing anything you want. It doesn't matter, but at least be happy with it. Again, I want to thank you for visiting my channel. Please, any questions, questionforhealth@gmail.com. My website is findyourblocks.com. I'm switching over to a new website in April. This one's a little confusing. I don't like this website. So we're going to switch over with a new website. Again, any questions, email me. If you think anyone can benefit from this, please send this to your friends, and I do appreciate it. Thank you kindly. See you till next time.